Hey, what's up guys? This is CrossCode. I actually got this off the, it was a bundle on Bundle Stars that was, pretty controversial. They had, like, two things that were actually worth getting. One was the 3D Realms anthology, which, you know, if you're a kid from the late 80s and early 90s like me, they have a lot of classics in there, but they also had this packed in there. It was like $5, and apparently the publisher was pretty upset, or the developers were upset because the publisher put it in there without their permission. But I'm really glad they did. I know that the forum activity for this game exploded. It kind of just went through the roof because you know, it was in that $5 bundle, and pretty much everybody bought it. I know their site had problems like processing transactions for a while. It was that popular, and I'm really glad that I picked this up. I kind of feel bad that I paid like the equivalent of like a couple cents for it, but it's a really cool game. Basically, it's like there's only like about an hour of plot right now, which is pretty much just a tutorial and a few couple of introduction boss fights. The rest is pretty much right now, it's kind of like an offline MMO with really good pixel art. You have a skill tree here. A lot of these things aren't implemented yet since it's in early access. But, you know, you get things from stat increases to moves. Right now, I've only got one move unlocked. Looks very similar to, you know, some more recent, you know, skill trees and grids and stuff like that. The combat's pretty fun. It's got a very unique control scheme. You can tell that the game was designed with keyboard and mouse in mind. The mouse combat is pretty good from what I've seen, but you can control it with a controller. You have a melee attack, a dodge. You also have a block button too, and there's parrying as well, which is pretty cool. Combat's really fun. I wasn't really expecting a whole lot from this. I kind of went into this blind. I looked at the Kickstarter and it looked pretty cool, but I kind of forgot about it. I probably should have put some money towards this in their crowdfunding campaign. The game's really fun. I'm going to go ahead and fight a couple more monsters here. You can tell how high quality the pixel art is. I think people have such a negative stigma towards indie games, and a lot of that is because you know, the quality of the gameplay and the graphics varies from person to person. You know, you have some people that are doing the whole game by themselves, and then you have games like this where I imagine they have to have a couple people working on this at the bare minimum, because you can tell just how detailed and robust the graphics are. The combat's really good too. I would like to maybe I can get in touch with these developers like I did with Streets of Fury EX and give them some more feedback. Obviously the game's not done yet, but the mechanics are pretty rock solid. The plot is actually pretty interesting too, and that means a lot coming from me because I definitely don't play games for the plot. I play them for the gameplay. But it's got a pretty cool hook to it right now. You're like some kind of person that's like jacked into the game, but they don't have their memories, and their memories are supposed to be important for some other reason. Right now the plot's not done, so basically you play through a pretty long tutorial. The mechanics are actually pretty difficult to grasp. They give you some puzzles which are actually kind of interesting. They're not only like intelligence based, but precision based in terms of aiming and stuff like that. And then after that you're pretty much just dropped into the open world, and you can do some quests. So this is about 90 to 100 minutes in. Pretty fun so far. I'm definitely going to be playing this more. I've had this for like a month, but I just didn't get around to playing it until now. Right now, there's not really any punishment for dying. There seems to be a ranking system as well, but it doesn't seem like anything's really implemented yet. The controls definitely take some getting used to, and I think that even if you played with a keyboard and mouse, I think there's a reason why like the first hour of this game is a pretty hand-holdy like tutorial, but it gets really fun. I imagine once I unlock more abilities that I'll have more control over the combat. Right now it's pretty basic. Like once you get one of these moves, you can switch to another one for free and you don't have to pay any extra cost, but right now there only seems to be 6 of them. Ideally I would like it so that you could switch between these moves and have more variety in combat, but regardless, they don't really have that yet. But right now you have like, you can assign one special move per action, so you can have one for guarding, you can have one for your projectiles, you can have one just for melee, you can have one for dashing. Like right now I have this one, which is pretty good for closing the distance and stuff like that. There's also this one, which is, I guess, is supposed to be a single target move. There's supposed to be different trees too. Anyway, I'll do another fight here. So it seems like if you perfect guard a projectile, you take no damage. You don't seem to get anything off it. But if you perfect guard the melee attack, then they get stunned for a while, and they seem to take the extra damage as well. They've got a pretty great foundation for the combat. It's just obviously the game's not done. So if you're interested, you can go ahead and check the link in the description. They have the game over there. I don't think they're going to be doing a discount for a while. Honestly, I feel bad that my timing on this is off. I really should have put this out when I was when they actually had the bundle available. But now you're going to have to pay like, I think it's like 15 bucks or something. Right now it's worth it. I mean, you get a pretty decent introduction to the game and you get to go around in this open world. I don't know how much content there is, but they do update pretty often. I think they do it like once a month or something like that. Anyway, this is just kind of a random video from one of the games I picked up during the sale, so if you guys want to see more, you can go ahead and let me know. I will be working on my other projects, and Combothon will be on Sunday, so definitely come by for that. I'll be doing probably quite a bit of speedrunning, because there's actually a marathon close to me called Californiathon, which I'm trying to get transportation to. I haven't submitted anything yet, but I want to get my Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi speedrun routed and stuff like that. So that's probably what Sunday is going to be. Maybe some speedrunning or requests if I get any donations or anything like that. So I'll see you guys there. Peace.